he will cue us up, and then we'll start talking. If you want, I'll lead us in. This is game 9.
Start with a script for sociopath.
You want to read it or you want me to read it?
Where is it?
Right here. He's going to pop it up.
You should read it because that's way too far away from my face.
Okay.
All right, coming in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome back to Battle of the All-Stars 2020. We have game 9 coming up next. It is going to be Louisiana taking on Montana. But before we get to that, let's give a shout out to New England Roller Derby Report. Would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings and shorts designed to fit you with 7 different lengths and pockets to boot. She is sure to have...
Doesn't do boots.
Doesn't do boots, thank you. Just has pockets. She is sure to have the style that works for your body. Teams, colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armbands and helmet cover options. She's got you covered. Please see sociopath.ca/nerd for 10% off your next order. All right, so here we go. My name's Tom Fuller. With me is
Tammy Gunn.
All right, Tammy Gunn. What we have coming up next, Montana versus Louisiana. Louisiana got here by a win earlier against Team Maryland. This is the first time we're seeing Team Montana. Why don't you run through the roster and give us any background you might have?
Well, this is exciting. I have played out west for the Jackson Hole Juggernauts and had the pleasure of skating with a lot of the skaters from Team Montana. Fun fact, I got to play with Maud Whiskey, the captain of the team. She was one of my, we call it fresh muscle here at MRD, but also 07 falling out. Her and her daughter are actually playing together on this team, which is fantastic. Number 12, Foggy. 17, Texas Twister, again, part of that duo. 02 Tank, number 18. Number 23, Sparta Crush. 25, Rexdom. 225, Rin Reaper. 36, Double D, that is a force to be reckoned with. Found that out firsthand a couple times. Also, 306, she has been schooling me around for a very long time, a wise player, something to be warned about. Special Chaos, another tough one. Number 362, 44, Montucky, lucky Montucky, one of the greatest things out there. And 54, Booty Boop, another tough one. 6699, Illuminati. She has played up and down Wyoming and Montana. She can do just about everything. Number 7, Nettie. And 707, Brutal Kimpact. Yeah, these guys are tough, and they just showed up last year and made this tournament kind of fun for Montana. They've got great fans out there, and they wanted to give a shout-out to all of them.
Yeah, they kind of wrecked things up, came shooting up with a couple big wins. They're going to be coached by Bushwhacker, Hammer, and Crash. Let me run down the Team Louisiana team real quick. We got 0429 Carmina Pirana, number 11 Doc Adams, 1898 Papaya on Fire, number 19 Real Escape Agent, 2281 Comet Kazi, 23 Rocker Pepper, number 34 Desi the captain, 49 Bree Aggressive, number 5 I Shove Lucy, 511 Machu Picchu, number 52 Bree Hicks, 629 Frida Beast, 757 Small Fry, 76 Little Miss Maggot, number 8 Rest in Pieces, and 889 Wolf, number 9 Brawladine, 918 Huckleberry Gin, and 999 Animaniac, and let's not forget 79 Full Metal Valchemist. They're going to be coached by Coach Shea and Red October. We officially have roller derby underway as Rest in Pieces is driving forward, getting the first lead jam of the game.
Looks like we got a star pass. Nope, she just took it off and put it back on.
Yeah, that's Sparta Crush. Montana trying to stay out in front as packed. Rest in Peace is guided to the outside. So, nothing jam to start the game. Looking to get things underway. Hope we get some scoring. We'll have to wait for jam number 2. So in black is our friends from Montana. Louisiana wearing the white and blue today with the yellow Florida Leaf helmet cover.
That's a tough wall out there for sure. I don't want to look great at it. If I had a star on my helmet, I'd be afraid.
That's why they have Florida Leaves. Oh, tiptoeing through the inside.
Making it look easy.
Is that Foggy? Yes, that looks like that's Foggy out there. And I believe that's small fry as well.
This is a fast jam right here. Everybody's racing to the front.
Yeah, small fry somehow got out in front, but Foggy was able to call it off just as nothing. That's 2-0 jams. I think that's the first time I've seen back-to-back all weekend so far. All weekend might be a liberal use of the term today.
I think it's Thursday. I hope it's Thursday.
All right, so getting into jam 3, nothing still. Now, just to remind everybody, these are now 40-minute games, 2 20-minute halves, 5-minute intermissions in between. Who we got up there now? It looks like Animaniac up there for Louisiana.
And Rin Reaper coming from Montana. They've got 2 feisty jammers, looking like they're both getting a little drawn back.
Mm-hmm. It was a nice knockoff to the inside. Oh, beautiful slide there.
Oh my God.
Rin Reaper.
Looks like Rin's out in front, though. She's going to pull that off.
Rin Reaper kind of slowly went over the blocker. I don't know if maybe that was trying to sell something, but all skaters out there, we got a star pass.
Rin's coming right around, though. She's looking for those points.
Oh, went
Big
right
hit.
into number 918. That was a monster hit. Huckleberry Gin, I don't know who got the worst of that one.
Looks like Montana just put themselves on the board with 2 points. Fighting her way through the pack, getting those points and calling it.
There was a star pass to Desi there late in the jam for Louisiana. Looks like going to go right back to Rest in Pieces. Big jammer earlier in game number 1, or their first game they played.
Looks like we've got Montana that's going to take that front wall.
Yeah, that's Brawla Dean, the blonde hair in the middle. Looked like giving some havoc to the jammer there. Rest in Pieces knocked out to the inside, still trying to fight her way back to the jammer line.
Spartacus just pushing that front, and it appears that she's got Stout keeping that bridge for her.
Oh, forearm called on Frida Beast, going to sit down. Was the strong brace in the front of that defense. So coming around now, Rest in Pieces coming around. Tries to get up, gets a foot down somehow and calls it off. Amongst all them legs in there, I don't even know how she got the foot down onto the surface in between the tape.
Yeah, it looks like Montucky Lucky just kind of took her right out of play and didn't let her have a chance. The Apex is a scary place.
Especially if you're in the air. All right, so 2-2, 16 minutes to go here in the first half. Penalty box has 1 blocker in it for Louisiana. Luckily, it's been pretty light so far in the few quick jams we've had. I believe that's small fry back out there for Louisiana.
You've got Foggy coming up from Montana.
Small fry out first. Oh, great job. Little Miss Maggot ushering Foggy out to the outside of turn 1.
Foggy's getting drawn back. She's not quite sure if she's going to pull that star for helmet. She's got something to prove. She's not afraid.
Looks like there's a forearm call on Little Miss Maggot for that hit. Oh, and got the misconduct. Now, in these short games, you can't afford to pick up any extra penalties.
Yeah, Foggy had something to go for. She wanted some points. Doesn't look like she got any, but she was close. She was pushing it.
She didn't give up on the jam. That's what you love to see, but still, we're going into jam 6 now. It scored 5-2, low scoring. We had a blocker report to the box for Team Montana.
Looks like they're both down a man. Louisiana keeping in with that pivot.
So 3-on-3 blockers out there.
Team Montana doing a great job just mirroring that jammer.
Animaniac out there, strong, not tall in stature, but very strong jammer there for Louisiana, and taking on Rin Reaper.
Ooh.
Animaniac breaking through the arms.
Rin Reaper getting pulled right back to the edge.
Yeah, that looks like Carmina Piranha doing a great job with that drag back after the knockoff.
Oh, she's getting recycled again.
Yeah, meanwhile, Animaniac slides through the inside, picked the feet up, and able to get around a couple legs.
Successful star pass right out in front.
We'll wait and see as they come back around the track, see who it is.
I think that's Double D right there.
That is. Double D by Animaniac calls it off after picking up another 3-point. But dare I say, that was a big jam putting up 7 points.
Considering this game, that's a very big jam.
Yeah, 12-2, 10 points separating this game. Under 14 minutes here to go.
Anything can get blown up.
Saw a couple shout outs here online here. We got Come On Anna, you got it, Reaper. So keep giving a shout out to all your friends out there on the track. We'll keep bringing in the action.
Oh, and it looks like we've got Sparta Crush. She just came right out hot.
Yeah, real estate agent getting the first jam here in the game. Whoa.
Oh, and making it look pretty too.
Number 9, Brawla Dean just closed the door there on Sparta Crush, but Sparta Crush back up and through.
I think that fueled her a little bit, gave her a little bit of fire.
I think it did. You can see she's got up and started pumping the legs, got right on through.
And she forced that pass. You know, they had to stop the bleeding.
So it looks like star pass for Louisiana to Little Miss Maggot. Now look, we got a power jam. I missed what the penalty was there, Tammy.
I missed what that penalty was too. A little bit of a fray there. Looks like we've got some pressure on Montana.
Yeah, only 2 blockers out there to go on the power kill, I guess. Oh, big opportunity for Louisiana.
Yeah, you've got a Texas Twister and Illuminati. They're out there and they're just trying to come together and do the best they can, giving them a couple hard hits if nothing else.
Yeah, Texas Twister able to get a solid piece to slow up Little Miss Maggot.
It looks like Montana's out here and they're just trying to pull it back together. They're keeping their headspace right. You know, it's frustrating when you're down a couple players and you just got 2 people.
Able to slide through, get another pass. Very shifty. Didn't see jam at all in game earlier.
Sparta Crush, she's coming back in too. Again, I think she lets little things when they just fuel her. They feed that fire for her. And that's a great thing to have.
Looks like we got a forearm call now on Little Miss Maggot, so now Power Jam going to flip back to Montana. And that's 4 points on the board for Sparta Crush.
Yeah, Sparta Crush, she's coming in hot.
Only 10 seconds left in the jam.
Yeah.
Oh, Louisiana runs back. That was great work there by Brawla Dean, racing back, getting the cut track call on Sparta Crush as the jam comes to conclusion.
Yeah, I think this is going to, so this must start in a power jam predominantly for Louisiana.
Well, we got both jammers currently sitting in the box having a conversation.
Yeah, they're talking about, and this is those times where I just am grateful that I am not a penalty timer.
No, definitely not.
That's a lot to look at and a lot of numbers.
So we got a blocker and jammer in the box for Louisiana and the jammer in the box for Montana. Somebody's got to come back out. Oh, looks like Little Miss Maggot went to get a little extra speed going down the backstretch to come around.
Looks like Louisiana's going to play some offense for her.
Like I said, Little Miss Maggot did nothing but pivot and block the first game. Had a good job jamming before he caught the penalty, and not having much success now.
This is a pretty tough wall too. They're giving her some trouble. You got Stout right there in the middle, and she's a little person, but I'll tell you what, that's a tough little person. She holds tight, and she keeps her walls together.
Yeah, and they're even fending off. They have I Show Up Lucy up there trying to play some offense, and now just turn to defense. Oh, big hit there on the inside, dropping the blocker there for Louisiana.
And then you got Sparta Crush. She goes right out in front. So this is her second jam in a row. And again, she's got that fire right behind her.
So who's been doing their endurance? Both of these jammers just went through basically 2 minutes. Now they're back out there again. At least we have a lead jammer this time.
Yes, this is true. There's options now. Yeah, Sparta Crush looks like she's muscling her way through that. But also you've got Brawla Dean.
Yeah, it looks like Star was passed down on the back stretch. She was behind a couple of the referees and stuff, but Brawla Dean now driving forward. You see the long blonde hair of Brawla Dean there.
Gets called off. Looks like we're going to put some points up on the board.
Yeah, so right now with 9.5 minutes to go, it is 28 Louisiana 14 for Montana, doubling them up. Right now Montana coming in as the number 7 seed. Looking like they got some business to do. They got a lot of bit cut out for them. Louisiana's throwing the gauntlet down early, and they're going to send Rest in Pieces to the line. See, hard to see who's coming up there for Montana. We are actually sitting here in turn 1 looking straight at the pack.
And when you've got someone that's the short person, nope, that's Foggy right out in front. She snuck her way through, but She's got her fight for. That was a big charge by Illuminati right there.
Out of play block there called on number 7. That's going to send Nettie down.
Foggy just went through the inside line, making it look easy.
Rest in Peace is able to find an easier path through on the inside this time. Oh, that was great. Just followed the blocker right through the hole. Sparta Crush. I believe that blocker was Illuminati. Just opened up a big hole on the outside.
Yeah, you can count on her for that. She's quiet, sneaks right up on you.
Rest in Peace just throws 2 blockers to the floor and just kind of looks down like, don't try to stop me.
Yeah, it looks like Texas Twister just kind of had to shake that one off. They're all back up. Solid tripod right there in the front. Oh, that was a fantastic.
Foggy calls it off.
Calls it off after.
Rest in Pieces came into the pack.
That was a great little, there was some fantastic sideline work right there on the toe stops.
All right, 2 points are picked up on the end by Rest in Pieces, and it looks like 3 were picked up. Got the referees checking on the inside, make sure they got the scoring correct. Always glad to see that.
Yeah, looks like we are now under a 10-point game. We're at a 9-point game.
All right, that's 38-29, 7.5 minutes roughly to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Team Montana didn't have their warm-up this morning. I think that sometimes when you sit there and you watch too long, it can stress you out.
So 2-2-5, that's Rin Reaper, able to break free from the pack. Small Fry now trying to get free as well.
She was right up there on Double D. Double D is holding that brace right now. She's got her shoulder right into her. Looks like Montana teammates are coming her up trying to help her, but it's not quite enough.
Yeah, they were able to bottle up Small Fry on the backstretch for quite a while. You can see coming up right behind Rin Reaper. We're going to see if they choose to let this one go. It looks like Montana
Rin's trying for a couple points.
Tried to get up and down, but looks like maybe shorted that apex jump. Reset to the back of the pack.
Well, I'm guessing that they've got some faith in her for sure. They're going to keep fighting this jam.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you only keep it going if you
And
believe the
it's a
defense and offense can
And
work.
it was a great decision. Great decision in a close game.
Up, Small Fry finally able to match the points and break free, but Rin Reaper already coming around.
She's thinking about it now. You can see. Yeah, you can see Maud trying to talk to her jammer right there.
Yeah, that was good. You could hear it being called from here inside the arena from the bench, and quickly stood up and stopped everything. Called off that jam. Good communication with the bench. So now we're down to a 4-point lead. Louisiana 42, Montana 38 with about 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, and that's important when your blocker is talking to your jammer when it's that close.
Mm-hmm.
When they're trying to look at each other and say, you know, she's hot, and I've just got a different perspective on this track.
So Montana picking up some momentum, whereas they came out through the gauntlet down early, and then Louisiana started marching back. Montana starting to regain control.
Yeah, and falling out, had that shoulder really driven deep into that blocker. And it wasn't quite enough to get that.
Animaniac out there able to get free, took a lead jammer, trying to switch things up for Louisiana.
Falling out is taking that helmet cover off, and she's looking for a pivot.
Right in the middle, swallowed up in that wall. Carmina Piranha right in the middle of things. Meanwhile, Carmina Piranha gets called for a forearm.
But she kept that star. She didn't pass it. She tricked him out a little bit.
Animaniac, just as you said that, turnaround saw her coming and then called off the jam, minimizing the damage. 49-38. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. All right, this next jam is brought to you by Spank Alley, the only fully adjustable roller derby armbands on the market. They also ship worldwide. Check them out at spankalley.com.au. Okay, we have a new jammer out there for Louisiana. I have not seen the purple tape on the shoulders of a jammer yet.
At least not on Louisiana.
And so on, yes.
You get it.
We got it.
I was like, wait a minute. I've seen some purple tape, but it was on the Montana team's shoulders.
Sparta crushes out and free lead jammer. Big contact there with number 5, I Shove Lucy.
Yep.
Pivot or star pass to Machu Picchu now, taking over for Louisiana.
And you've got Stout playing some great offense for Sparta Crush, just trying to get her those extra few points.
Jumped into the pack, was trying to see what the score. We'll find out how many points. Looks like that's 2 points. Good job there by Louisiana trying to kill the end with that last little knockoff, not allowing any more points to be picked up. 4 minutes to go, 49-40.
Outstanding. Looks like they're trying to just find a sad place to put that jammer for in Team Montana, kind of sizing her up and putting her in the spot they want her to be in.
A couple shouts out to Machu Picchu who took that pivot star online. Oh, Foggy takes a hit. Oh, and then gets finished.
That was
Wolf doing the last hit.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Also going down here in turn 1 was Rest in Pieces. Now everybody's skating backwards.
It's like a little breather for everybody on the track right now, but I have a feeling that's going to come to an abrupt end.
Yeah, Rest in Pieces is the first one to jump in, trying to get free from the pack. That is initial pass for Louisiana.
Foggy's. She was done with that one. I can't say I blame her.
Caught it off, but there were a couple big hits and a lot of physicality there. Brawl Dean was the last line defense, working with Wolf as well in that jam.
No, it looks like some people setting up in each other's space. Kind of fighting over that back wall a little bit.
I believe that's Small Fry out there for Louisiana. Yes, 7:57 it is.
And Rin Reaper makes it right out in front. Looks like Stout was giving her a little offense. But the star is off for Louisiana.
Yeah, it looks like it's in hand.
Oh my
Rin
goodness,
Reaper.
Rin. That was incredible. Just snuck right through.
Yeah, got low. Big, tall skater, but got low and kind of snuck underneath things.
The sneak attack from a tall skater is always one of those things as a blocker that you just kind of go, how did I miss it?
All right, just want to take a look. Went into the pack, kind of went low. A couple skaters went down, but nothing to be called.
Looks like that had a 1 point for each team on that last pass.
All right, so star pass went to Little Miss Maggot at the end there, put the pressure on, but 5 points still separate these two teams. Louisiana barely ahead. A minute and a half to go here in the first half.
Looks like we've got Sparta Crush back on the line. And they're keeping her pretty solid.
And that's Animaniac up there as well, number 999.
Nope. She's not giving up.
Louisiana able to recycle, get back out in front, and gets their jammer. Nope, not free. It looks like lead jammer status was given to Sparta Crush.
Yep, and Louisiana just did a great job kind of coming up to the front, slowing her back down, but it did not take away her lead jammer status. 45-50 with 1 minute left in this half.
That'll be the third nothing jam of the game. I don't think I've only seen about one all day so far. Pretty evenly matched teams. We got Rest in Pieces standing tall there for Louisiana.
Looks like they're all kind of just setting up on that outside line right now.
Oh, Rest in Pieces out, but cut track power jam going to Montana. The last thing you want to do right before the half.
You got Foggy back in after the last jam that she was in. That was a tough hand she was dealt, but she's back in.
Tall order now for Louisiana trying to kill this off.
Looks like there's a no pass. Oh, nope, there is a penalty call.
Yeah, that looks like free to beast.
Yeah,
According to the penalty box for Louisiana, so only 2 blockers remaining out there.
No, this looks good for Foggy right now.
Able to set up them 2 blockers really nicely, kind of drove out and came in, or drove in, then came out.
Yeah, and looks like the Montana defense right there is kind of keeping one of those. They're keeping pack with one of the blockers back there. They're making her fight to get back with her teammates.
Rest in Pieces just kind of takes a shot up high to the chest. Nothing illegal, but just like a chest-to-chest shot, drove her out of bounds.
We got Brutal Kim Pack out there, and she's definitely a solid skater. But she's pushing some people to the side. She is making some space.
Yeah, that was Stout now with another hit you were mentioning earlier, knocking Rest in Pieces down, forcing the recycle to the back.
Now she's a great skater. She's got a great head on her shoulders, and she's almost quiet on the track, so you never know when it's coming.
Stars off the helmet. See it, maybe a pass. Oh, Rest in Pieces driving to the front, and that's once again 306 Stout.
Yeah, and Foggy calls off the jam after she looks like she's going to the box for a forearm at the end of this jam starting of the half, but it's going ahead and putting Montana up front by 7.
So that sets us up right now with a 57-50. Montana, like you said, taking the lead, but going to start the next half with the jammer in the penalty box as well as the pivot.
But I think they're just gaining speed right now. They're starting cold. They haven't played today. Louisiana had the luck of the draw. I think they had the second game this morning, so the third game. So they got to wake up a little bit late, and I think Montana's just shaking off the cobwebs.
All right, well, this is halftime now between Louisiana and Montana. We'll be back very shortly for the rest of this game. Welcome back to the second half of Team Montana versus Louisiana at the 2020 Battle of the All-Stars Day 1. Tammy Gunn announcing with me. What'd you think of that first half?
I thought that first half was fantastic. I love it when we get to see the leads change. I like it when it's a tight game. I think Like I said earlier, it was nice to see Montana start dusting those cobwebs off after a long flight getting here, and I think they showed up to play.
Yeah, Louisiana fell down early. Were able to get control of most of the game, and then right there at the end, Montana strikes back. So I think we're setting up for a good tilt in the second half. The teams seem very evenly matched. We couldn't ask for much more right now. Since I have the time, let's give one more shout-out to one of our sponsors. Give a shout-out to 187 Killer Pads. Have been designing and constructing pads for top professional athletes for the past decade. Started by a longtime skater in a family-owned upholstery shop, 187 Killer Pads has since become the preferred choice of skaters worldwide. With its visionary designs and revolutionary systems, 187 Killer Pads continues to lead the way in raising industry standards and making protective gear better.
Looks like here we are taking off again. Again, we started with the jammer in the box and the pivot in the box for Team Montana. I think Foggy's a little anxious to get back out there on the track. Looks like Mauled Whiskey was out there, and she just took a big hit and got pulled back, but she'll shake that off.
Meanwhile, Animaniac out there on this power start gets the lead jammer, starts telling her blockers to take off. Break open some holes for me, make this one easier.
Yeah, and it's a big hit from Stout, keeping her out of bounds and right back in.
Stout asserting a presence into this game already. You mentioned earlier, and since then it's just becoming more and more regular, being an impact player, bouncing that jammer all around.
Yep, and she's a great person to play against, and I learned so much from her in many different ways, different venues, and I'm lucky to have known her as well as I have. But
so you just alluded to one of the great things in Derby is there's always new Derby players coming up, and they're always learning from the previous players, and that experience gets passed down. This tournament especially is good for that. You have bigger leagues start working with smaller leagues, and to kind of share that knowledge across each state. That's what I love most about this tournament is seeing all the different leagues come together, some with different levels. They're all able to compete together at a high level here.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And what's fantastic is it's a great way to meet people, and it's a great way to stay in contact, having been out west for so long, and then to come back here and see a bunch of old faces and get a lot of hugs from them.
Most definitely. Stout came from, what's that?
Gallatin Roller Girls, right out of Bozeman. And the first big girl game I ever played was in Bozeman, and it was very humbling against those girls.
Yeah, I just saw somebody listed online asking. So Rest in Peace has come around to put the pressure on. Only 2 points picked up there, though, by Montana.
Yeah, the teams represented from Montana right now are the Gallatin Roller Girls, the Hellgate Rollers, Flathead Roller Derby, and Magic City.
Yep, most definitely. And there's six leagues that make up Louisiana. I had them earlier. I'll work on getting them out to give a shout-out to all the good people. I know there's Big Easy Roller Derby. There's Twin City Roller Derby, Red Stick Roller Derby, Dallas Derby Devils. I believe there's Monroe or Rose City. And Arcadian Roller Derby. So shout-out to all those leagues in Louisiana for representing this marvelous team. Now 4 points separating the two of them.
Wow, and I'm here to tell you that falling out, that was an incredible bust out of the pack. And she just put 2 blockers, including the pivot, into the box, it appears.
Somebody's getting called back, I'm not sure. So Papaya and Faya went to the penalty box. Oh, and that's unfortunate because the jammer came speeding around and capitalized on it.
Yeah, falling out just got hot, and she is relentless right now.
So Small Fry still trying to break free from the pack, now going up against Stout.
She has not even made her initial pass. Oh, and falling out. Looks like that may have been a little low. In pure Derby form, we have apologies and hugs on the track from the teams. It's one of the greatest things ever.
Yeah, I shoved Lucy, kind of sold out to get over there and tripped up, and then unfortunately tripped up the jammer. But hugs, smiles, that's what we love about Derby.
That's why we wear the helmets, the mouth guards, and the rest of the protective gear.
Mr. Announcer Man, I am from Delaware. Delaware? I'm an East Coaster, not far from here.
16 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the
All right, back to the action. We got Sparta Crush taking on Animaniac. Animaniac back out there for a quick retry.
Sparta Crush got that hat off, and she's trying to push to the front. And looks like she just took it off. Maybe get a little air.
Yeah, great foot control, though. She went all the way to the outside, able to stop the momentum and quickly went in. Was able to break free. And as we do so, Animaniac breaks free for 4 points. 10 points separating these two teams.
Yeah, sometimes you just take that helmet cover off and it just makes them focus on the pivot. And then when you focus on the pivot, it gives that jammer that time to just explode out in any open spot that they're given.
A very Philly area accent. Yes, Delaware literally is like 20, 25 minutes from Philly. So I do the best I can.
I don't know if I have an accent now that I think about it. You've got Foggy.
All right, yeah, Foggy driving on the front of that pack. That Louisiana, finally able to lean on and get the knockoff.
Looks like there's a penalty being called, and there's a skater that is.
Yeah, the pivot there for Montana reported to the penalty box.
Oh, there it is. She was sneaking out on the side. Still no lead jammer in this jam.
Yeah, Rocker Pepper had some momentum, but then basically enveloped up or basically swallowed up there by Montana.
Looks like Foggy's out. Seems like she only has one speed, and that's all the way. Ooh. Looks like Stout just took a hard hit on the infield right there. Appears the crowd was not terribly impressed with that.
Foggy shuts down the jam. 4 more points. And to all my friends in Louisiana, I talked with P. Armageddon, who's traditionally always come with the Louisiana team here. He gave me the best notes I could to try to keep up with Louisiana this weekend. So I appreciate you guys all listening. Hopefully you enjoy your team playing great. Right now, 59 points on the board, 73 on the board for Montana. 14 minutes to go here in the half.
Rest in pieces. She's kind of trying for that outside line right now. Looks like she just, I don't think she skated at all. She just ran on her toe stops up that whole line.
Had them long legs, able to cover up a lot of the track. Rest in pieces. One blocker throws into another blocker and goes down.
Looks like Illuminati's going to the box for a forearm. Sometimes you forget those forearms are there when you're trying to just give it your all.
Was definitely trying to recycle back to the front. That's number 5-1-1. Doing a good job, Machu Picchu, but unable to stay in front.
Rin Reaper for another 4 points.
Oh, sliding by to the inside, kind of looking at the last second like, did I do that?
No. Yeah, she's got a power jam with just over a minute left in jam 6 of this half. And she's going to capitalize on this opportunity.
Yeah, good pickup. We missed that jam reporter. Rest in peace is sitting in the penalty box for Louisiana. And Rin Reaper continuing to do the rounds.
Taking a quick breath and sizing up this pack. Finding out where she's going to make that next point of contact. Got Illuminati in there trying to play a little offense for her.
Free to Beast out there trying to brace the front of that Louisiana wall. Trying to bottle up Rin Reaper.
And Rin Reaper just did a glance back to her coach to say, am I supposed to keep going? But I don't think that Rest in Pieces has made that initial pass.
Sometimes them coaches are mean and just say, keep it going. I trust you. Keep it going.
They do that on purpose. I think it's so they can laugh at us later.
I like to think that they know what you're capable of and like to push the limits.
There's also that sometimes.
Nah, that defense now starting to stiffen up a little bit for Montana. You can see these last couple jams been able to bottle up the jammers and able to get their jammer free and give them time to start building up a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, it looks like Montana has just kind of pushed themselves way out in front, 93-59. It's a big jump from where we were at the half.
Let's see what Louisiana's got in them. Every time there's been a push by either team, they have evened themselves back up. Animaniac, who's had a good bit of success in this game, back at the line for Louisiana. Oh, ducks under to the inside. Spartacrus,
she doesn't take that helmet cover off much. She's thinking about it.
Took a good shot in the middle there by I Shove Lucy. Now I Shove Lucy switches right over to offense and drives a player to the outside.
You've got Mulled Whiskey looking to rejoin that tripod. Doing a great job, just going in very nonchalant, calm and collected, and slowing it down.
Yeah, great brace in front, utilizing Stout as well, also in that brace. I I missed who the other player was, number 0. That was Mald Whiskey.
Yep, Mald Whiskey, the captain of the Montana team in O2 tank. And she has received the star pass, and she came around that track screaming.
All right, picking up 3 points. That's Animaniac. That's a lot of time burnt picking up the points, but we still got 10 minutes to go.
I think that was the first time that O2 tank has gotten that panty pass to her. And she came around that track with a vengeance. It was almost like she hasn't had a chance to run, and somebody just let her out of her cage.
Yeah, that's that freedom, and then you just got to get out there and run like a horse. Just get away from everybody.
She's fast. I was actually surprised not to see her wearing that helmet, the star today. And you know, this is just the beginning of this tournament.
I was going to say it's a long week, and I bet you we can expect to see it at some point later on more. Uh-oh.
Looks like we've got Fallen Out going to the box.
Yeah, I believe that might have been blocking with the head there.
Oh.
Maybe got a little low and accidentally caught some contact. Small fry ushered to the outside. That's 362. Special chaos.
Yeah, it's tough when you're a short player. You don't think you're going to lead with your head, but it's actually a lot easier to do because you're at that level and you just don't have that much space to give. Looks like Illuminati almost put her out, but that was only a hand down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go back to then when you're a shorter player. You're not necessarily leading ahead, but you definitely get a lot of stuff to the face. You know, incidentally, shorter players, I feel for them, they look up at other skaters and, you know, just end up making contact and put you in a tough spot.
Well, and back in the days before armbands, you got all the marker on the face.
All right, we look like we have a star pass. That's number 34, Desi, the captain, taking over for Louisiana.
And it looks like we have another star pass, so we're going to skate the full 2 minutes on this. We had Illuminati pick up that panty.
All right, Desi steps over a blocker, starts moving forward, but met on the inside, slowed up.
Yep, and Illuminati, she just went ahead and took 4 points. Taking a deep breath coming around, but they're spreading that pack out.
Got that arm behind the back like a speed skater. Illuminati coming around looking to score more points now.
She's up for the fight with 20 seconds left in this jam.
Starting to slow down a little bit, but up for the fight most definitely. Desi hops out and back in. Picks up all 4 points in the process.
Let's see if they're going to get any more points with this last 6 seconds.
All right.
Looks like there were some points picked up.
Looks like one point there by Louisiana.
Looks like we've got 2.
Can't tell if the thumbs out. Yep,
there's
it's
the
3.
thumbs out. We got 3.
It's just like the referee knew what we were doing and turned the hand to point to us.
I'd like to think they were looking out for us like that.
All right, we got a timeout now being called by Louisiana. All right, let's give a shout out then. Let's give a shout out to Spank Alley, the only fully adjustable roller derby armbands on the market. They also ship worldwide. Check them out at spankalley.com.au. We also want to give a shout out to Bucksmont Roller Derby Dolls, who take care of this tournament every year, looking out, volunteering, doing everything that needs to be done. They're hosting 2019, has been hosting for the last 8 years in a row, always doing a phenomenal job. And then make sure you check out Battle of the All-Stars or BOTAS on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date. Thank you for all those listening out there on the interwebs and chatting along with us and enjoying the game. Stay tuned. There's plenty more roller derby today.
No, right now we've got this timeout going on. Montana's got a 30-point lead over Louisiana. Looks like Coach was out having a little gathering with his blockers. But looks like the action is about to come back.
All right, so just double checking. Up next, we should have Massachusetts taking on Ohio. So if you're a fan of either of those two teams, definitely stay tuned. I'm sure it's going to be a pretty evenly matched game. Massachusetts is always high energy, and Ohio put on a show earlier. They got a little run out of Saskatchewan, but able to outlast them and continue.
Oh, my goodness. And Foggy, again, playing with all that tenacity that she just has kept right up high this whole game, and she's coming around that track fast.
Yeah, there was some ill intent there by Carmina Pirana, but not able to connect, and Foggy is now winding this track up.
Looks like we've got a little chaos. The teams are both trying to struggle to find their others. But
find their others. That's a good line. I like that.
Well, sometimes you're out there and you're just wondering. You're like, I don't even know what jersey I'm wearing. Foggy's just hit to the infield a little bit calls it off. She gains 4 points and looks like another 4 points. So 8 points on that jam.
Yeah, Animaniac was bottled up for a little bit, but finally broke free, put the pressure on, and forced that call off.
Got a front wall from Montana.
And to our West Coasters out there, yes, there's a 3-hour difference in the conversion of time. In case you were wondering, right now it's about 4:30 East Coast time.
Which would mean that the Mountain Standard girls here are about 2 hours behind, so it's early afternoon for them.
Wolf reporting to the penalty box now. Rest in Peace is still trying to get free for Louisiana. Gets a run at it. Great recycling, though, Montana, not giving up anything easy to Rest in Pieces. Rest in Pieces bowls over the last blocker to finally break free.
And Sparta Crush, she's taking that helmet cover off.
Sparta Crush had a lot of success. Right now bottled up by Louisiana. And Louisiana jammer, Rest in Pieces, skips through the inside for 4. Big cheer comes up from the crowd.
And Illuminati just got that star pass, and she's hoping to stop this bleeding. She wants to keep that lead.
Well, put the pressure on. Rest in Pieces calls it off after picking up 2 more points. So 6-point jam brings it to 76-108. Louisiana's starting to show some more urgency. Got to keep digging into this lead. Montana's just waiting for that clock to keep on running.
Geez, this is a tough wall out here. You've got Stout, O2 Tank, Mulled Whiskey, and then Montucky Lucky. And geez, there's 4 fierce players. That is a power wall put out there.
All right, looks like we have a timeout. A couple whistles did happen, so the timeout was called by Montana. Going to take a breather, maybe just collect themselves for the rest of the half, or rest of the game now. Just take a deep breath, get a rest. Don't do anything crazy. You just want to kind of try to ride this game out with a 32-point lead.
No, and then they've got a great coaching staff that's really good at slowing them down and making sure that everybody's happy and positive and keep their heads in the game. Every game is great, and keep going forward.
All right, let's give a shout-out to our tournament organizer and founder of BOTAS, Vanessa V. Sites, game tournament oversight, Chip Shear and Samantha Temple, tournament head referee Chris Brace and Whitney Freemesser. We also have the head NSOs, Coconut Chanel and Dan Atkinson, tournament head photographer Andrew Keys, tournament head announcer Gretchen Little and Kent Smith, tournament bracket rules, policies, and procedures Caitlin Estes, social media Chad Nuke, our friend from New England Roller Derby.
It looks like somebody on the old interwebs over here showed up and said, "That's a tough wall. Thank you for validating me. I appreciate that."
Facts are facts. We can't deny them. I can't deny the fact that out very quickly is Rin Reaper once again warming up as this game's going on, and just looks like getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, it looks like they called that timeout just because they had a plan. Oh, looks like we've got a back block, though. Sometimes you get a little fired up.
Yeah, she was building that momentum. Unfortunately, that momentum carried her into the back of a blocker. Power jam now going to Louisiana. It looks like we have the pivot pushing on the pack, so I presume the star must be in hand. And that is I Shove Loosely taking over the jamming responsibilities.
And again, this is a tough wall that she is facing. They have worked together for years and have seen each other play for years. And it looks like O2 Tank's going to try to pull her back, but is going to be stopped.
Yeah, and then Stout was the one who drew back a little bit further, but looking at leverage, trying to get down almost vertical with the floor, trying to push on that pack.
Yep, and it looks like they were able to hold her for that entire 30 seconds that Rin Reaper was in the box.
Rin Reaper there gets knocked out to the outside. Jammer goes the outside. Rin Reaper stays on the in.
And Stout is going to drag back I Shove Lucy.
Yeah, Shove just kind of gave one of his looks like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Jumps back on the track, though. Still same energy.
When you're in a wall that's strong like that, it's a great feeling, and it's great to watch because it's kind of like watching a waterfall. It just kind of all works together, and nobody has any idea how.
A waterfall of disliking jammers very much. Trying to get out into turn 2. I Shove Lucy still fighting the good fight.
Oh, she does. She finally breaks through that.
And then turns around and sees there's only 6 seconds left on the jam clock.
But it's still a win. She got out. That's all. Sometimes that's a win.
Throws her hands in the air. It was a success, even though that was one heck of a hard jam.
Yeah, when
Got to respect your team members when you going up against that.
It's interesting when you get in those wall situations when the jammer is just pushing and pushing. The things that get said while you're engaged. Sometimes it's mellow out, everybody settle down, and sometimes as a jammer, that's just terribly infuriating.
I don't know too many jammers who are like mellow out. They're like go, 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 go all the time. It might be a different mindset.
Well, it's the wall that's talking to each other, that's saying, oh, everybody, let's be calm. And the jammer's like, no.
Chaos, nothing but chaos. Number 12 breaking free, that's Foggy.
Again, she's still picking up speed.
Animaniac takes the star off. Able to escape the pack.
As Foggy's breaking through, I just got a look from Team Montana coach reminding me to give a shout out to all their fantastic fans out there. So know that you're being thought of here on the East Coast. Looks like Foggy's up against a pretty tough wall right now.
Yeah, looks like things are grinding to do a halt down the backstretch. Animaniac slowly trying to find a hole. Foggy.
There. Again. Might get another jam. We're going to get another jam out of this game.
We should, yes. It's interesting. I don't know. After playing the game earlier, it could have warmed them up, or maybe it took a little bit out of Louisiana. They were really strong in the first half. In the second half, just haven't quite as organized as they were in the first half. Jammers look like they're not quite going to get out front as often. Montana rested up and ready. Looks like they're set up well for the rest of this weekend.
Yep, and there's another part of that powerful wall again. Looks like this might be the last one.
Well, we'll see. If it's a quick one, maybe we get timeout or something like that. But rest in peace is smiling at the line.
Yeah, you had smiles from both jammers right there.
And that's Sparta Crush, I believe, up there as well.
She's going to take that inside line on her toe tops if they'll let her have it.
Rest in peace is pushed to the outside, now going all the way back is Malt Whiskey.
And Maud looking very casual, as she always does.
Brawla Dean out there bracing real well with number 511, Machu Picchu.
And then Stout just getting really low on her, not giving any space.
Yeah, Stout has a tenaciousness about the way the blocking goes. Never giving up on a play, always recycling and just standing tall.
Oh, and it looks like she's got a penalty.
That's one way to not have to deal with her. Oops.
Yeah, I think that it looked like a back block, but I had a pack in between me and the ref.
Oh, rest in peace is able to get around on the inside, gets a quick pass, but right now I believe that Montana just wants the clock to continue running.
Yep, they're even going to go right ahead and put Sparta Crush in that defensive wall.
Oh, rest in peace has tried to get up over the apex, comes down hard.
Yeah, they're going to buy this time.
But Jammer did have to come back on the track. It used to be a period of time where they could just stand off the track and not worry about and let the clock run. But we did have WFDA change those rules a couple years ago where have to get back on the track.
Yeah, and then it's just kind of, I love it when the Jammer gets to play defense, and I think they do too. It's like, oh, there is another aspect to this.
Well, it's always an aspect now. We do so many pivot passes. You really have to get focused and change your mindset and dig in deep, and the good players can do that. I mean, they are always focused and they're well-rounded.
Looks like we've got an unofficial score.
It looks like 133 to 86. We got a couple people standing in front of the scoreboard for us.
You never know who's more important, the photographers or the announcers.
Nah, great game by both teams. Louisiana came out really strong. Looks like they faded a little bit in the second half. Montana maybe just kind of got their legs underneath them, started playing stronger and stronger as the game goes. Both teams, hats off to them.
We've got Montana fans blowing up this feed right now. I think my favorite one I just saw go by is Foggy is whoa. So.
All right, so now don't forget the winner of this game is going to be back in action. Let's see, they're going to be back in action tomorrow We had that set up, and then we'll double check and get all of that. We're going to get our MVPs, and we'll give you a shout out really shortly. All right, so back to it. We had our discussions and found out the MVPs of the game. MVP for Montana goes to Stout. Phenomenal defense all over the place, being a physical presence. And then for Louisiana, it was Anna Maniac getting out like crazy, showing a lot of speed and agility and just flat-out persistence.
Yeah, that was a tough one. It's not always easy to. Sometimes it's really obvious, but that was not an obvious MVP situation.
All right, we're going to wrap things up once again. With me, Tammy Gunn, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was a blast.
I'm Tom Fuller. We're going to sign off. Actually, before we sign off, let's give another shout out to Sociopath. Is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings and shorts designed to fit you with 7 different lengths and pockets. She is sure to have style and works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armbands and helmets to cover your options. She's got you covered. Please see sociopath.ca/nerd and get 10% off your next order. New England Roller Derby always loves to give a shout out to their sponsor, Sociopath. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Tom Fuller. Been with me is Tammy Gunn.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was a blast. Please keep watching the rest of the tournament. It's going to be great.